Hey everyone, it's Patty from pspapercrafts. Thanks so much for joining me today. It's a nice sunny day here in Pennsylvania, and it's getting a little warmer out, so I'm excited. Today I am going to show you how to make a diagonal gatefold card. This is pretty cool. It's a little different. I have to say it doesn't really stand up well, so when you give it to someone, I think they would enjoy it, and it's fun to open and look at. So the other thing I wanted to tell you is it doesn't easily fit into our medium envelopes. It will fit, but what I did was I folded this way and folded this in, so then it will fit in the envelope, okay? And when they open it, it'll be fun to see, but then when they actually open it, they kind of have to figure it out a little bit. The other alternative is to get an envelope. I always have envelopes somehow I end up with cards and envelopes. And this is a 5x7 envelope, and it will fit in here. So if you wanted to enclose it this way and you have an envelope from a card that somebody gave you, this is an old one, it will fit in there, and then when they open it, they can see it. So it's a little bit of a different kind of card, but I think it's fun, and it's always fun to try something different. For the paper, I went back to an oldie but goodie. This is probably going to retire with the new catalog, which will be coming out, I believe, in May. I have my on stage, which is our convention. I'm going this week. Actually, I'm recording this early because I'll be there on Friday, and we'll get to see the new catalog, the new annual catalog, and very excited. And usually our designer series paper doesn't carry over. Sometimes it does, but I thought I would use this before it's gone. This is such beautiful paper. This is the Mediterranean Blooms designer series paper, and as you can see, I've used it quite a bit. It has all of the citrus, and then the other side is the blues. So I love the patterns on it. So I've used it quite a bit, and I figured let's try it on this card. So that's the paper I used, and then I used Night of Navy, and for the circle I used the Spotlight on Nature dies, and I used two of so the one has the little floral kind of edge, and then one has just the plain edge there. And the sentiment is from Pattern of Friendship. Thinking of you brings a smile to my face. This is a great set. I love this. You bring so much joy and laughter to my life. Friends are like the family you choose for yourself. So it's fun. The bestie would be good for kids. And then I just added one of these iridescent faceted gems to the front. So that's what this card, the products for this card. I'll put this up here, and we're going to use some other oldies but goodies. I want to use them up before they're no longer here. So this was one. Unbounded Beauty, and this has some beautiful patterns, and this is one of my favorites, but I also like this one, and so there's a lot of different patterns in here to use. So let's make today's card with this paper. So I have some of it cut, so the card base is a berry burst for this, and I have some of the pieces cut already. So let me just tell you, this is a 5.5 by 8 1/4. So it's a quarter shy of our paper. So I just grabbed a sheet. So I just wanted to tell you. So we're going to cut it at 5.5, right? And then we're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to cut a quarter off. I don't know if you can see that. So it's not 8.5 like the full sheet is. You're going to cut 1/4 off. All right, so that is our card base. And I have seen a smaller version of this that will fit into our envelopes, but to me it was really small. I like this version of it. So we are going to get our trimmer out and do some scoring. Let me turn it this way. And we are going to score along the 8 1/4 side at 2 3/4. So 2 3/4. Make sure we're using our scoring blade. And then at 5 1/2. So that's where our, well, not really. The 5 1/2 is this way. Never mind. Ignore that. Then, so we have our folds, right? Then we are going to fold down like this and down like this. It's a little weird. You would think it would be this way and this way. It's a little different. So we're going to go from where this fold line is right here to this corner. So get your fold line in and the corner. So I like to put my finger on the corner and then just turn it. So you have your fold line and your corner in that little groove. And we're going to just score it. And then we're going to score this one the same kind of score line, but different than what you would think. So we're going to get this in the groove and get the point in the groove. And then we'll close this down. Okay, so now you have this and this. All right, so let's burnish this. We're going to put this aside because we are going to use this again. Let me get my bone folder. And for this card, I do like to burnish it both ways, because you want it to, it's not going to lay flat. I'll just tell you that right now. It's one of those cards that's a little bulky and it's not going to easily lay flat. But if you burnish it both ways, so I did it all that way and now I'm going to go this way, it just breaks the kind of the fibers in the paper a little bit and it might set a little bit better. So we'll just do this. It'll pay off in the end, I think. And just like this. Okay. So now let's use this as an example. So this is going to fold this way, and this is going to fold this way. So there's our card base. You're going to see the very burst. So then we want our, I did a white layer and then the designer series paper. If you want to just do the designer series paper and not have a map behind it, which is fine, this is kind of a light paper, then I would cut the designer series paper to the white paper size. So you have, because it's a little bit smaller, so that you have this kind of matte border around it. Okay, so if you want to just have the designer series paper, cut it the size, and I'll have the directions below in a PDF. It's called a project sheet, and you can just don't cut these and cut these this size. All right, so let me just tell you the sizes. So the white is 2 1/2 by 5 1/8, and then the designer series paper is 2 1/4 by 4 7/8. And then we're going to cut these corner to corner, and the designer series paper, I want to make sure you do it the right way because I did it the wrong way. So I'm going to just show you how to make sure you're doing it the right way, because you have to cut it. So you can cut it this way or you can cut it this way, and it does make a difference. Not on the white, or if you had a solid, but on the pattern paper it would. So we're going to just cut this from corner to corner. Okay. And then this from corner to corner. So the white, you could just turn it over if it's the wrong way. On the pattern paper, the other side is what you would get. So let me just show you. So on this one, for instance, we're going to cut it this way. If you cut it this way, it's not going to fit, and you're going to end up with this side of the paper that fits. Okay, so let's cut this way. So we're going to go corner to corner, And I didn't even think about that when I made mine. And when I go corner to corner, I like to put the blade down a little bit so you're not starting on the corner. So that's 2. That's going to be the right side. And I think these will be the same way anyway. And this doesn't really have, this is kind of an all over pattern, but if you wanted to make it go a certain way, you could do that. So we're going to go on this one this way. I hope that makes sense, because the first time I made the blue card, I ended up with the pieces going the wrong way. So let's start not at the corner. Okay. So now all we have to do is put all our pieces together. And I did use liquid glue with this because I felt like I wanted to have that movement adjustment. So this will match here, and we're just going to put all the pieces. We'll put the designer series paper down on the white paper with a little bit of glue. Sometimes there's a little bit stuck on the end and it doesn't come out. And you could use whatever adhesive you want. And we'll just lay this down. Okay, and then this is going to fit there. So let's get all of these pieces together first. There we go. And I like to keep these together because you see it's cut versus, you know, if you were going to have this piece, it doesn't match. It's it just makes it look a little nicer, I think. So yeah, so I'm going to Raleigh. I didn't go last year to the convention. I skipped it. It was in Dallas, I think, and I just had a lot going on, so I didn't go. It's the first time I missed it since I've been a demonstrator, and it's really fun. I have my same group of ladies that I always stay with, and I'm looking forward to seeing them because that's the only time I really see them. And we're staying in an Airbnb, and it's just so much fun. I mean, there's, you know, it's mainly women. There are a couple of men. Some people bring their husbands, but it's mainly women. And everybody's just excited to see each other. You see all the big names. Like my upline is Patty Bennett now, and she's a big wig. She's in the million dollar sales club. So it's nice to see her, and then just people get excited to see all the different people, and they have awards, and we get to get the new catalog and play with new product and see demonstrations. So they have demonstrators that will get up and show us all the different ways to use some of the new product. And of course we get a business update and all that good stuff. Usually guest speakers, and but it's just fun. You're just with people who like to do what you like to do. All right, so I'm just putting this together, putting all the layers down. And let's see. And this is why I like the liquid glue for this, because I want to just make sure I have kind of an even border. So see, this is kind of, it's not lined up exactly, but you'll see it kind of goes along with each other. And then we'll just put this side down. So it's very easy card. It's really kind of a unique fun fold. It's just the way it opens. I saw it on Pinterest open, and I thought, well, that's pretty cool. And then, you know, I watched a few videos, saw how people made them, and found the best one and kind of copied it. And I don't know who to give credit to, you know. I like to give credit if I know, but I don't know. So here it is. Oh, this paper looks like it's I just put a little dot there. I think I missed it. There we go. All right, isn't that cool? So then we have an inside layer, and the inside layer is 2.5 by 5 1/4. And we could decorate this with a stamp or just the paper. It is a small inside, so on this one I just put the paper. So I think I'm going to do the same thing here. If you wanted to stamp a flower or something like that, you could do that. Let me get the paper. So for this, I'm going to cut like a 1/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch. I think an inch is too big. I think I'll do 3/4 of an inch. And then this is 2.5 wide, this one. So I'm gonna include that flower. I'm trying to see the pattern. Wow, that doesn't look very big, is it? It looks too small. Nope, it fits. So again, you can stamp leaves or a flower or something like that, but I'm just going to leave it like this, and we'll just glue this down. And put it right on here, just like that. And I'll use my Seal Plus to put this layer down. Oh, actually, I wanted to stamp it first. Let me get my, where is it? My silicone mat, because I put glue down. The silicone mat, it won't stick to it. I did want to put a sentiment. So I'm using, I didn't tell you what I'm using on this. I'm using the Unbounded Love. I'm going to do Happy Birthday on the front, and then May All Your Wishes Come True on the inside. So let me do that, and I will stamp it in Berry Burst ink, and then we'll do the front, since I have this already started. Let me make sure it looks good. Okay, may all your wishes come true. So the silicone mat is a great way to, if you're gluing something that you're going to get glue all around, glue it on using the silicone mat. It makes it easy to deal with. So see, this didn't even stick right down. So now we can finish putting this on. Because you could have stamped it while it was, adhered. But if you make a mistake, you're kind of stuck with it. You could always put a label over it, cover it up that way, or put another whole layer on. But isn't that pretty? May all your wishes come true. And then I already cut. So on the other one, I used the, on this one, I used the Spotlight on Nature. But on this one, I used my Stylish Shapes. So I did, let's see, this size for the white, and it just barely fits, and the next size up for the Berry Burst. I'm going to do Happy Birthday, and it really just barely fits. It wouldn't fit on this, so that's why I went with the other dies. It would crash into the nice little cutout flowers. So let me get the Berry Burst again. Oops, I just got ink on my finger. Not a good thing when you're making a card with white. Just make sure I got it off. Okay. That's the worst thing, is when you make a whole card and then you end up touching ink and getting it on it. Okay. You could cover it up with gems depending on where it is. There's always ways of covering things up. Put a flower there or something like that. But if you can avoid it, that's the best thing. Happy birthday. So pretty. All right, so let's adhere this to the Berry Burst circle. And the nice thing about stamping on a circle is it doesn't matter if it's straight, because you could just turn your circle, and it's more about getting it straight when you adhere it to your card. So this is what's a little funny. This card is just different, I'll say that. So when it's open, this is kind of crooked, and when it's closed, it's straight. And I did see some people have it straight for when it's open. How did they do it? I saw people where it was like this. And I don't know. I like it like this. Well, see when it's closed. You have to put it down when it's closed. I like it straight with the card up and down, but you can put it however you want. The big thing is you do not want to put any adhesive over here. You only want to put it up here, okay? Because this, you don't want it to stick. So I'm going to put it down with dimensionals, and let me get my dimensionals out, and I want it straight like that. So I'm going to hold it so my fingers are here. Some people will put it here like this and put them down. I like to do my fingers. And we're just going to put them out here. Okay. So take these off, and this should work. We'll see. Before you press down hard on anything, make sure it's in the right position. So we want this straight, and then we want to put this just like this. Okay, happy birthday, may all your wishes come true. And let's put some bling on it. So when I look for ribbons and bling and things like that, I usually just go to the online store and I'll search for a color. So I'll search for, you know, for this I searched for Night of Navy, and I didn't have, there was one set of embellishments and I didn't have the Night of Navy in it, so it didn't work. So I went with the iridescent. But for the Berry Burst, I did a search on Berry Burst, and I found out that the Tinsel Gems 4-pack has Berry Burst. So I thought, okay, let's use that. And that's what I do. I just, you know, even when I do my color combos, I do a search on the colors, and then I will, you know, see if there's paper that has that color, or, you know, different things to just get me started. And then I'll go from there. So I'm going to put one here, and one here, and then I'm going to use a little one right here. And you could pick up any of the colors in here. I just wanted to continue with the Berry Burst. Whoops. Picked up something else. So these are the cards. Again, these are called diagonal gatefold. So cut on the diagonal, but it's a gatefold. And I think they're pretty. I'm not sure how I'm going to take pictures of them. They really are kind of funny for standing. They're more of a open, read it, you know, have it laying down maybe. But this is from the March calendar. So we are at March 14th. We've got St. Patrick's Day next week. Hope you guys are doing something for St. Patrick's Day. I usually go to the parade in the town I grew up in. Big, right outside of New York City. Lots of cops and firemen, lots of fun, and my family, we all go to it, so it's great. But anyway, back to this. So next week we'll make a matchbook card, and that's real easy to make, and they're kind of fun and cute. So if you want this calendar, I send it out each month, and you subscribe to my email list, and I'll send it to you. And then each week I do a Friday fun fold card, and then on Thursdays you won't have a video, but you can go to my blog and see the color combo. I usually do sketches on Wednesdays and Saturdays, so you can see that on my blog. And then I have some other ideas of cards to make. I did make a slimline card. Let me get it. It's right here. So I did make a slimline card, and this was for the Atlantic Hearts Sketch Challenge. So you can find this on my blog. Isn't it great? It fits in like a business envelope. And I love this paper. This is the woven texture paper. It's a new paper. And I use that sentiment. Friends are the family you choose for yourself. And then happy birthday. So that was one of the ideas I said to try. So different ideas for you. Hope you get some inspiration. And thank you so much for joining. I will see you next week. If you follow me on Facebook, and probably in my newsletter on Sunday, I'll post some pictures of the onstage convention. All right, take care. Bye.